Hey everybody, I was just doing some reading with some tea by candlelight. I'm convalescing from a week-long cold, and I was just reading by candlelight, and I was reading a good old you-know-what. Basically, yesterday and the day before, there's this section from page 68 to about 85, when this tiny Yule chapter comes in. I'd read this section, and it was like my favorite section so far. It has the Kate Gompert scene, a little attaché check-in, and then it has this conversation between Stitt and Mario. And I just thought that it was like, wait, hold on, I turned back a little farther. I mean, between pages, 68 and 85, and 9 and 85, right. And then I got to this section, and like I just wanted to say, I'm not trying to slander anybody, but hold on, let me get another candle going here. So I don't want to slander any characters, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I was just interested in how much slower the subsequent section, this Moraith and Steeply introduction, was going. And I think that it's just worth noting that the Moraith and Steeply stuff isn't as page-turning for me. It feels like it's maybe less confessional, and it's less standalone. It feels like it forms a structure of the narrative. And also, all of the, maybe some propaganda of the Infinite Jest tape as MacGuffin has got to me, and that makes me not pay as much attention to these bits or something like that. I think it's just interesting that these take me so much longer to read. Like all evening, I've just been reading these 10 pages, this Moraith and Steeply introduction. I think it also makes sense to spend your time on something where characters get introduced. When Catherine Ann Gompert was introduced, maybe I spent as much time, maybe I just enjoyed myself maybe a little bit more. And then Stitt is introduced. All these introductions are actually kind of overwhelming. I think maybe by the time you get to Moraith, it's like you've already been introduced to so many important people and very emotionally intense people. Talking about the Catherine Ann Gompert talking about weed section, that's like such an emotionally heavy thing. So thinking of the sense of infinity that Stitt has, that JOI knows about. It's more of a that is like an emotional and intellectual intensity to Stitt, and both people really stick out in your brain. And then when you come here, you get a lot of shadow play, and it's still an important introduction that you want to pay attention to. But maybe the time you spend when you're getting through this introduction of the Moraith Steeply thing, for all its nature as like a supernatural quasi speculative, political, thriller chapter, for all its intrigue as that, like it's still very, complex, and I'm kind of losing my train of thought, but yeah, basically, I just thought it was interesting that the Moraith Steeply stuff was taking me a while longer. I only just now got to Steeply finding this wen and scratching it. Let me know in the comments if you also, if you have certain characters that you read with more veracity when they show up in Infinite Jest. Which characters are your favorites there, and which introductions I should be on the lookout for, and which stick out to you as particularly exciting, signposts in the book. And thanks everybody for watching, and happy reading.